This is the PPC Tutor Podcast. Join us as we provide valuable tools, tips and resources, helping you to kickstart your PPC career.
So, today I want to talk about a very important topic when it comes to Google Ads and PPC advertising, and that's to do with your campaigns, why they are not working, why they may not be working as you expected. A lot of people set up new campaigns, they run them, they get some traffic. Sometimes it works well at the beginning, but with time, performance drops. Or some people set up campaigns and they just don't work as they expected. The returns are not there. They don't get sales, they don't get leads, or they don't get enough to justify advertising through PPC. So there's a number of reasons for that. In fact, there could be many reasons, but I've narrowed it down to a few which I tend to find a lot. And this is quite common for a lot of people that contact me and they're asking for a quote or a price and wanting to know how I can sort of help them make their campaigns effective. And one of those is the first one. I would say the first reasons why PPC campaigns will not be working as effectively or not at all is because a lot of advertisers are not consistent. So what that means basically is a lot of people set up campaigns and they run them for a while, maybe get some returns and then stop them. And then they run them again, stop. So it's a lot of start, stop, and they never really get to a point where the campaigns really work very well. Google Ads, like many other PPC platforms, requires updating and improving ads. It requires spending some time, not a lot of time, but some time to improve those improve that traffic you're getting and improve those conversions. And when you start them, the system learns the campaigns and whatever goals and objectives you have, and it updates accordingly, and it begins to learn, and you start to see improve as you're also contributing to the management of your campaigns. So when you stop your ads, a lot of things happen. Things change, obviously. Competitors do things and the system doesn't update effectively. So obviously you lose traffic, you lose conversions, you also lose the ability for the system to run effectively. Now, what do I mean by the system? The honest truth with Google Ads is a lot of the things that go on in there are automated. It's not possible to manage everything manually because there's just so many features. An example is bid strategy. It's not possible to update your bids on a daily basis in line with whatever's happening with your campaign. So the system helps you with that, and it bids accordingly based on the context. So that's one thing you need to consider, and is important when you're running campaigns. Another thing is a lot of people are also not consistent with the actual managing. So they will run ads for some time, weeks, months, years, but they're not consistent with the actual managing and monitoring of it. I mean, the beauty of Google Ads is that it doesn't take a lot of optimization management, especially if you've got one campaign and you're just tweaking here and there and updating search terms. In fact, my own campaigns, I only look at them for 1 hour or 2 hours a month, and they work really well and they bring me the conversions I want. I spend over £2,000 a month, and I don't really need to be in there every day and so on. Now, obviously, if you're regularly setting up new campaigns, setting up new features and so on, yes, you may need to spend more time, but most campaigns don't really need that. A lot of advertisers are spending less than £2,000 a month, but they still need to spend some time looking at those ads, looking at the search terms, blocking anything that's relevant. So you need to be consistent with that. And with time, you will see your campaigns improving effectively. Another reason why PPC campaigns don't work well and don't work effectively, or as they're supposed to, is people are not willing to increase budgets at key moments. The reality of advertising through PPC is it gets more expensive over time. It's not an expensive platform, but there are a lot of competitors who are coming on board, a lot of businesses that are seeing the value of PPC advertising, especially after the COVID and so forth. A lot of businesses have gone online and they're advertising. Even businesses that never used to advertise online, they are looking at PPC advertising. So it does get more expensive over time, and you need to be on top of it, and you need to increase your budgets, not by a big amount. And I can't really say how much, but it's through a lot of reviewing and testing, you will see that, yeah, maybe now I need to increase it by 10% or 20%. But even if you look in your campaigns, sometimes you do get recommendations from the system telling you, oh, you're spending $50 a day, consider increasing it to $70 a day, and this is what you're likely to get: more impressions, more clicks. So if you don't do that, one, you lose out on opportunities, and if you keep it at that same amount, your click traffic tends to drop because your average cost per click has gone up, and then you start getting less conversion. So a lot of campaigns that are not being managed effectively, that are not being monitored, drop performance over time. So that's key for you to look at and to increase your budgets and just be more competitive in there. Another reason why campaigns don't work effectively is because a lot of businesses at the moment, they're using agencies, they're using freelancers, and that's a good thing. Maybe you don't have the time, or maybe you don't have the expertise and the skills in-house. So why not hire someone? So that's a good thing. But that also has its own set of challenges. And one of the challenges, obviously, is, if you're regularly changing freelancers or your agency, you're going to see performance drop, because every agency and so on has his or her own way of managing Google Ads. And one way, there's no better way in some cases. Some people are good with certain things and they'll try different things. Some advertisers focus on experiments, running tests and A/B testing and so forth, while some follow a different approach. So if you are regularly changing agencies, if you don't give it some months, at least 6 months or maybe 3 months or so, to see what's happening and work closely with them, you will see your performance really not take off or just drop over time, and that's a problem. Another problem, obviously, working as freelancers, agencies, is if they're not doing the work that they're supposed to be doing, which is common. I get a lot of people contacting me saying, oh, I don't get any feedback from my agency, I don't get any updates, I don't know what they're doing. And when we check the history of what they've actually been doing in the campaigns, we find that they haven't really been managing it, or they've been making changes which really don't take the campaigns forward. It's just making changes or updates for the sake of it, just to look busy and so on. So that's not good. So you need to be on top of that and see what they're doing, work closely with them. Many times, a lot of clients I've worked with, the ones who have really been successful have always been the ones who wanted to work closely with me, and we've really taken their campaigns to another level. A lot of businesses just want to hand over the campaign and just know that someone is looking at it. Well, if you get the right person, that's okay, but in most cases, you need to work closely with that person and make sure everything is being done as it should. And another reason why maybe your campaigns are not working effectively or as you expect, is that, especially if you're managing it in-house, not taking the time to really learn the system, not learning the features, the controls in Google Ads effectively, and other PPC platforms. These platforms are huge, and they've got many powerful tools, reporting tools, optimization tools. You will really help yourself and take your advertising to a higher level just by learning them. It doesn't take much, follow a few videos, maybe take a course or two as you're actually managing those campaigns, and just focus on your campaigns and focus, and you'll see performance increase. And in many cases, you don't even need to hire someone to manage them for you. As long as you've got the time and you're focusing on improving them, you will see performance increase. So those are some of the reasons why PPC campaigns don't work. There are many other reasons, obviously, depending on the type of campaigns you're running and so forth. Competition is a factor, but I tend to find competition is not an issue. As long as you're somewhere up there and people are clicking through, make sure your website is well optimized and everything else, and you will get those sales and leads, definitely. And this is the beauty of PPC advertising, is once you've got the attention, and you can always really reach out and show them what your business can do and so forth. So that's definitely another reason to look out for. I mean, also making sure that your website is well optimized is really key, because it's not enough just to bring in traffic. You need to be able to convert it effectively, and that it may work for your business. So those are the main reasons. Thank you for listening to this podcast episode. Check out my next episodes, and I will be sharing more insights on how to manage your campaigns effectively and how you can learn PPC effectively too.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the PPC Tutor Podcast. To find out more, why not connect with us online by visiting our website at www.mikencube.co.uk. Join us again next time for more valuable tools, tips and resources helping you to kickstart your PPC career.